October 20, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day for this trial. I hope both prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2. Present in the Studio 2 trailer. Okay, there. Sorry, I missed the trailer on the next line. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear.
Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. Da-da-da-da-da-da. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is the producer who was in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez. I am the producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here.
Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay.
Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Witness testimony, the day of the murder.
I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 o'clock, sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all.
They're sticking to their story. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you?
The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, what with the monkey's head toppling over.
Van added to the court record. Manel used this van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. Cross-examination, day of the murder.
All right. Let's start pressing. By yourself?
Yes.
And you didn't stop at the employee area?
No.
Are you always this tense? Terse?
Yes.
Oh dear.
The meeting began.
Did no one leave during the meeting?
No one.
Come on, let's talk a bit more about that.
The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please, stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. There was to be a rehearsal.
And when exactly was that?
I've forgotten.
Maybe you could try remembering?
No. The meeting ended at 4, and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times.
You would think. Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. Hold it! You had Sal take you? What does this mean?
It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van.
Oh, right.
Good night, everybody.
And what were you doing during that time?
Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break.
Do you have someone who can verify this?
Sal.
No, I mean someone else?
One person is enough.
If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat that steak...
Well, Nick, find anything?
I kind of wish she said a little more.
It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said somewhere.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Phoenix hit it on the head. Alright.
There's nothing saying that there wasn't. It's not that.
Alright, give me a second. Actually, maybe we don't. I'm trying to remember what the contradiction is. I seem to recall it's this, but I don't remember how we prove it.
We must get something else a bit later. Try
Well,
something else.
Alright. See, I expected Cody's picture to be in here.
No. That won't help us.
Alright, do you remember?
No.
Great. Alright, so time for guessing.
Was it because, maybe the monkey head, they couldn't leave? Something? I don't know.
Let's try it.
I feel like it's wrong.
Nope, that's not it. Oopsies, that didn't go well.
I was fatigued.
Wait, there was a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. Oh, wait, was it cleared? Yeah, I was cleared by 4. Darn it. Little before noon.
Go to the, well before noon. When was the monkey head? 2, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, otherwise Hammer wouldn't have gotten there.
Yeah.
I apologize to all the people yelling at us.
I think they're pretty stumped unless they know this game extremely well.
Yeah.
Because we know this game pretty well.
Something about the... Anything in this photo that we can use? Not really.
Wait, what did she say about eating? Just to make sure. I doubt it. Yeah, no, that doesn't help. Wait, what does the truck say? Alright, no. See, I feel like there's...
I think it's one of those cases where Phoenix took notice of it, But we didn't actually write it down in the court record,
Alright,
and we're
go
supposed
ahead.
to use this?
Go ahead if you want to.
Yep, that's what it is. The first game had that problem quite a bit. I think they made it better in future games, where it's less obtuse to do that.
Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it. I remember now.
Mm-hmm.
They were cleared.
Exactly! Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But you say you did not. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind.
Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak?
Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manelas ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates.
Incinerator.
The plates were bare. Ugh. Miss Vasquez? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how.
You didn't eat the steak.
You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break?
Murder!
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor?
Meeting Steel Samurai.
She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order! Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak. She ran into the Steel Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous?
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it?
Yes.
Fascinating. And here I was worrying today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I.
Any day, Vasquez.
Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was the murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear.
Yes?
I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? You couldn't.
I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would.
You see?
Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case.
Meaning?
The Steel Samurai
The samurai spear.
spear was not the murder weapon.
What?
What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove to you that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Is this where we use the photo?
Yeah, the spear.
What about the spear?
I mean, it's mended with duct tape.
Yeah, I think
That
it's
hasn't
this.
been a...
They don't want that. Okay.
Something about Fey blood! I don't know, I couldn't read it.
Yeah, I expected it to be generic because I held down the B button and it just skipped right through it. Game, you're not supposed to do that if it's new. Okay.
I mean, you can present it again if you'd like, but no.
Actually, yeah, it didn't kill me off at all. Wrong, Mr. Wright. But I haven't said anything yet. I know you well enough by now to know that you're going to present the wrong evidence.
I can sense it too with my Fey blood.
Okay, so I picked the wrong evidence. Enough with all the sensing. Right, so here's the real evidence, Your Honor. I can prove to you that the samurai spear was not used as a murder weapon. Spear itself? I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon.
But that is the murder weapon.
Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through? But someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest?
See, this is a question we should have asked near the beginning of this case.
Order!
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence! I am the one testifying here and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer?
The photo is a murder weapon. It's a giant paper cut.
Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the murder weapon was?
Yes!
I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see what this murder weapon is then.
The monkey head.
Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing on top of those stairs. Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended! Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close, kept secret at the studios.
What does this have to do with the current case?
Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it. See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest?
What? Are you saying?
Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say.
In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die? 5 years ago?
Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? You would...
Very creative, Mr. Wright.
You would think they would remove the fence earlier.
They didn't want to touch the scene.
Oh, they're in charge of the scene!
Yeah, I know, and they don't want to use the studio or touch it at all. They said they hadn't changed the set ever since.
I would have moved the fence out, honestly, but whatever.
I could use a man like you on my script writing staff.
You deny that what I say is true?
Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body of Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time.
Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands?
For instance?
Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body.
Interesting. Let's hear it then.
Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body.
Van.
Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1. And you used the studio van to do it. And it only makes sense. Recall your testimony.
So, should I reread it?
Yeah.
There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me.
You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you pulled the body into the magistrate costume.
Hold on, right? Don't forget it was Sal Manella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a co-conspirator? Was a conspirator, I guess?
Of course he wasn't.
Ha! So without Mr. Manella noticing anything, she put the body in the van? She put the body in the van. Then managed to put the body into the costume?
Okay, maybe he was.
He was. Are you seriously suggesting that is possible?
Of course I'm not serious.
What?
I forgot. I was kidding to lighten up the proceedings.
Light? Lighten? You can't lighten up a murder!
I'm sorry, when you were saying light, I'm like, light Yagami? Anyway, Mr. Wright, the court requests you refrain from making claims in jest. Yes, Your Honor.
I am justice! Alright.
Of course, Salmonella had to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood.
Oh yeah, we never knew where that went.
They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue?
No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun.
I win? So what happens next? Don't question me! Don't you have anything to say?
What would you like me to say?
Huh? I lost? Something like that?
I just said that.
Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez? So it was you? You killed Jack Hammer?
Who can say?
Huh?
Are you sure I did it? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer.
Right.
But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright.
What?
She's more collective than your normal, Vic.
Murderer. Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts?
Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly it does seem likely she did it, but, there's no proof.
Edgeworth isn't sure.
Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving.
What do I do now? testify again?
I guess. We can't have her leave.
I'd like you to testify again. Testify again?
You know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time.
Damn! To come so far only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
I was hoping to come up with an objection while I was I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't.
I see. Very well.
Your Honor! I request that the witness testify again!
Gosh dang it!
You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I am your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes.
Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about?
Well, yes, Indeed, verily I say, ergo, I want to hear about what happened after they found the body.
After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter.
Nick, why did Edgeworth...
Who knows? He probably realized she did it too.
But, wasn't he the one who said he'd always get a guilty verdict? After all, that...
Edgeworth. Witness testimony after finding the body. I was
with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying, he did it. I was asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home.
I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
I see the issues. Okay, Nick, we're real close. She may be acting tough now, but if we put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key. You need to twist the truth out of her, Nick.
Right.
Cross-examination after finding the body.
What time was that? We were to meet...
We were to meet at 5 after my line was stolen for the rehearsal. So I'd say it was then.
When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the...
Revive? We were dead?
Arrive at the studio.
About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Your choice.
I'm backing off for now. I better leave this one be. I'm sure she'll see through anything I had to throw at her anyway. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct?
So he says.
Did no one go to call him?
Remember?
Remember what?
There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm?
You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. I'll hold off. she'd just blow off anything I had to say anyway. What was everyone else doing at that time?
No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then silence, dead silence. Silence. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up.
Old Bag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it?
She said because she saw him going towards the studio.
Right, the Steel Samurai. I'll hold back, I think. I'm sure she'd already anticipated anything I could throw at her. You asked to be left out?
Yes. It seemed that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing.
But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question.
Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us.
Covered for you, or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot riding on this with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. The script and your direction notes?
Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen.
No, I guess not.
Press harder.
Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes?
Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything.
Why?
There was a murder, after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that?
Oh yeah, I guess... Very well, Miss Vasquez, please continue.
There we go.
Thank you, Edgeworth!
Your Honor! I have an objection to the witness's last statement.
Huh?
Think! Miss Vasquez said she didn't think to bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One.
Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth! What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to the defense?
I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Ms. Vasquez, do you have an explanation?
I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me.
So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense? What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal.
Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason.
I knew that Hammers was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind.
How did you know about the injury?
How did I know? Sal. He told me.
Sal, the director.
You have to find something to peg this on her, or everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. It's that last statement. There we go.
But what?
The head?
I'm not so sure it's the last statement.
No, she couldn't have known.
Yeah, she couldn't have known. I'm in agreement of that, but I don't really have any way to prove that as far as I'm aware.
I think it might be the head to prove that she couldn't have gone to the rehearsal. Maybe, wait, when was the training rehearsal? Do we know?
In the morning.
Okay, so no.
And we know Sal was at rehearsal.
Okay, it was.
At least I think he was.
I don't think it was.
Regardless, we don't have anything saying he was or wasn't, unfortunately. Like, this is what I like about the later games. They also collect witness statements as well as evidence, which is really nice. Or just statements of fact, like, you know, they would have made a separate steak pile of clear dishes.
Wait. I knew that Hammers was injured.
Wait. Yeah, you're wrong. What the...
Spear. Dragon leg. Dragon leg. Photo.
You knew that Hammer was injured? I did it again. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers.
What?
She didn't know! Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Pretending?
One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why do you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured?
I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong.
I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez?
You saw Hammer, one thing.
Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah, and when was he doing this?
Well, it would have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2 where he was murdered.
Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order! Order! I will have order!
Witness, can you refute this claim?
Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez.
Very well. I have a question for you.
Oh boy. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Because it's their lives on the line?
Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing.
Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter?
Yep.
In other words, can you prove she had a motive?
Yes.
She had a motive? I think not.
Oh, okay, go ahead. If that's what you think it was. Nick, no! Saying you can't prove it now would be admitting defeat. She'll get away!
But what proof could I possibly have?
I don't care if it's impossible. You still have to fight this one.
Okay. I have proof and I'll show it to you.
The photo.
Okay, I was wrong. I present to the court evidence of Miss Vasquez's motive in the murder.
Photo.
This is my proof. This is the photo from before? This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame.
Frame?
With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day, 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom.
His guilt weighed down on him, no doubt.
However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change.
Bringing us to present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate.
Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have?
Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have no reason to kill Mr. Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine.
Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder.
She had no motive.
She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense.
What's that now?
It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss
Vasquez.
Miss Vasquez.
What? What?
That was Edgeworth again.
Was it?
Yeah. Your Honor, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the steel samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. That's all you get.
Yeah. That's her cracking.
Yep. So, you did do it, didn't you?
Yes. I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Miss Vasquez.
Miss Vasquez. I don't know who's saying that.
Probably Hammers. What happened here?
Manuel fell from the trailer stairs.
No, that was probably Vasquez. Manuel!
Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm.
No, how could this?
It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and then...
No, Manuel! Don't touch... No.
Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez.
No! Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again.
Mr. Edgeworth, where's D. Vasquez?
In the waiting lobby, Your Honor, as calm and collected as ever.
I see. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? It appears you have brought yet another miracle. Thank you, Your Honor.
I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found is only natural, not a miracle.
Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned. October 20th, 1:12 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder, it makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Tell me. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me?
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because...
The monkey.
No.
It's the photo? Photo's my best bet.
This photo?
No, the other one.
This photo?
It's my best bet.
Are you sure?
I don't know. But your choice, but I think it's that, because we're going to be talking about, it ruined his life, and it could also be his Path to Glory.
Yeah, I don't actually remember.
It's either Path to Glory or it's the photo, because we're either going to talk about his career could take a hit, or we're going to talk about how Hammer was jealous of Powers' fame that used to be Hammer's himself. But one sec.
Yeah, let's It is the book.
Glory.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's because you were the Steel Samurai.
Because I was the Steel Samurai?
Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kids' show, and as the villain to boot. Hey, villains are cool.
Some are.
The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you.
I think I understand. He couldn't have just told me. I would have changed places with him anytime.
I think you're missing the point.
Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over.
So am I. So am I.
Congratulations, WP! Oh, thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Is something wrong?
Oh, nobody told him.
No, of course not. Ah! Nick Edgeworth! Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk.
Huh? What? That wasn't too bad, Edgeworth.
That was... You don't waste any time gloating, do you?
No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if he hadn't stepped in.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers.
Liar.
Right. I must say I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings.
Unnecessary feelings?
Yes, unease and uncertainty.
Aren't those kind of necessary?
They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you.
Like we have any choice?
Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend? What? Friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals. Right, Nick?
For now we are, I guess.
Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me, what's the deal with you and Edgeworth?
Fade to black. And so the curtain closes on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids' shows again.
The happy ending. Nick! This is it! The new show starts today! You're gonna watch it with me, right?
I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it.
You have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and that assistant.
Fine, I'll do it.
Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time.
I doubt it. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real willpowers. Da-ba-bum. Brand new episode has been added.
Turnabout goodbyes.
Yes,
I know
please.
who shows up in that one.
I forgot it goes straight into it.
It always goes straight into it.
We'll be right back after these quick messages. And by
After
that I
these
mean, we'll
messages.
see you next episode.
After these messages.
After these messages.
After these messages.
Ba-dum, bum, bum. We'll be right back. Aye. So see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.